I cannot wait to get started with the first ever Done with Stuck primer. My name is Tommy. My wife Lauren and I, for almost a decade now, have been walking alongside people who feel stuck. And for much longer than a decade, we have been in and out of being stuck, because that is life, isn't it? Stuck is a weird place to be. And yet we find ourselves there so often because we know that there's a problem, but we can't always tell why. And that is actually the real problem. For me, the problem has surfaced as something like anxiety, but all around my insecurity. It's this performance treadmill of trying to earn people's approval and praise, and it's tiring. And I know for a lot of friends of mine, it has been just constant anxiety, worry constantly, and never settling or enjoying the present moment. And I know for a lot of others, and for most of us, these crazy years that we've had have led to isolation, a lack of meaningful relationships, or toxic or broken ones because of all that's going on around us. Fear of conflict or tension that's rooted down deep in us somewhere. Maybe for you, it's just you can't move on from the past. There are resentments or hurts or wounds or losses from the past that just won't seem to go away, and time isn't doing anything about it. And then the list goes on, man. Procrastination, confusion, denial, aimlessness, lack of motivation, chronic busyness, workaholism, judgmental or critical spirit, sometimes toward others and a lot of times toward ourselves. And then, not to be a downer, but like you throw in the ever-present challenges of social media, gaming, entertainment, porn, food, or substance abuse and addiction. It's just bad habits everywhere that have us stuck, that feel like they're holding us tight, and we know we need to break them, but they just seem to stick around. No matter what we do, and no matter what your challenge is, the same reality is true for all of us. Being stuck sucks. I know that's profound, right? It just sucks. But luckily, God has given us a way out, and it's a really good one. So much has changed for us, Lauren and I, in our own lives, as in our role as pastors as well, where we were before this, and we got a hold of this framework for change that felt new to us. And that's what we walk through in the Done with Stuck primer. We walk through, instead of tiptoeing around our anxiety or issues or fears, learning how to embrace and face them. Or instead of, for example, settling for quick fixes and like over-spiritualized cliches, we learn how to patiently investigate what's really going on inside of us and then find the root of the issue and do something about it. Today can be the day that you decide to be done with being stuck, to regain possession of what you feel like has been lost or stolen in your life. And that's a huge win. We want to help you identify what's really keeping you there, what's really behind the struggles that present themselves on the surface. And to do that, we're going to use this beautiful relationship between Bible and brain science. Believe it or not, they fit like a glove together, and it's a lot of fun. You will begin to identify and then dismantle the ideas and these lies that have been holding your heart captive for a long time, whether you know it or not. And then we're going to figure out how they got there in the first place. And that's where the real journey begins. Because once we track it all the way back there, we're able to figure out what to do next and how to get away and instill something new into our lives. And then we get to walk through the essential ingredients that God wired into us very, very literally to thrive on, how He designed our brains to function and grow and change and thrive. Let me tell you a little bit about how the whole thing is going to work. So for these 6 weeks, every single week you'll get an info dump and a live Q&A in the live stream session on Sunday nights, and that's 8 p.m. Central Time. And that way you can watch it anytime throughout the week. It'll be on our site, but as a YouTube live stream, so you can just watch it anytime that you need to. You don't have to be there live, but we'll do that Q&A if you can make it. Then you'll get self-reflection work to do throughout the week. And the whole goal of that is to internalize and personalize the info that you got in the live stream. On top of that self-reflection work, you'll be taking a courageous step each week. It's something we prescribed for a while, and then we help you take your own near the end. But that courageous step helps you take that information and turn it into real lived experience, which is huge for the change process. And then on top of all of that, we'll give you a conversation guide. And that conversation guide is for you to share and clarify what you're learning and how it's taking root in your life alongside a conversation partner. And that partner part is huge. I can't overstate it enough, actually. When you go through this alongside someone else, it begins the healing process. Even though you're just learning about the work, doing it with somebody is part of the work. It starts to restore what's missing in you. Will help you have safe and helpful conversations too, so that you don't feel like you're entering into something too dangerous, right? This is stuff that's hiding inside of us and that's challenging to address. And so we want to make those conversations as safe and helpful as possible. And that will be a huge part of changing how you relate to people as well. And now, they got to do a disclaimer here. This is not going to fix everything. I really wish it would. I mean, most things that you go through promise to change your life completely. And I think this will, but not in the quick fix, make it all feel a little bit better right away kind of way. So we are probably not also going to take away the pain and challenges in your life. We might actually push you toward them. And the reason for that is because we need to drudge up the things that we've been avoiding. The reason for that is because that's the stuff that's keeping us stuck. And the only way to dislodge it is to face it head on, rip it out, and put hope there instead. And that's where that's where the real hope inside of us comes from. Jesus is waiting for us in our darkest places. He's waiting for us in our pain, our suffering, our loss, our grief, our regret, our guilt, and shame. Because that's the part of us that needs the most love. And that's when the perfect love of God starts to cast out the fear that's been hiding inside of us when we go there. And that's what we're after. We're after hope. We want to give you this toolkit so that you don't just have blind optimism anymore. It's not the hopefully God will work it out someday. It's hope is real because he's showing me how to change now. He's showing me how to take back agency. He's telling me who I really am, who I was made to be, and what I might do in this world, in this one life that he's given me. And that's where our hope comes from. So this train is ready to roll. We are kicking off really soon, and you've been stuck for a long time like we all have. And so it is time to be done with that. Registration closes really soon, and we will be off and running this time around, and you might have to wait till the next one. So if you are ready, get registered now. Find your partner. Let's do this thing together. We'll see you there.